No, I don't think so. It's got a little asterisk to it, or a little different tonight with the 7-inning deal. But I think the behind the story, I mean, obviously Liam's good and their guy's good. It's such a contrasting style matchup there, but two of the best lefties in the country. And then Dylan was outstanding in that last inning. But I think the kind of hidden story there is Peebles. I mean, everyone knows Frank's good at his job. Again, everyone knows those pitchers are good. But he did a great job back there, and he's going to go home remembering the line drive getting caught. Their left fielder had a hell of a night defensively. But I think everybody else is going to go home knowing that he did a great job back behind the plate. And now with Ariel kind of accentuating it, our baseball fans realize how important it is to be good defensively at some of those spots.
What's different about Cannon behind the plate this year compared to last?
I just could break it down a bunch of ways. He's more mature and just things that come with age, but he's way better at receiving. And it's not like he was a slouch before, but he's gone from being okay at the very start of last year to good, and now it's a plus. It's an advantage, to have him back there as it relates to receiving. So there's other little things to break down, but again, if we're going to go short answer, which I'm not very good at, or main answer, it'd be the receiving part.
Looked like Liam's kind of looking at his hand a little bit there in that last inning.
Yeah, just a blister, and so, I was freaking out because you want to make good decisions to put. You don't really know what's a good decision until the scoreboard tells you, and sometimes the scoreboard's a liar, not just for me, but for everybody. But you want to put the guys in position to succeed, and he's always going to want to be out there. We've already had a couple back and forth with him this year of let me stay out there, and all good fun. But he wants to be out there, and it probably was time to get him out. And he got behind Sorrell, and Caden is a good hitter, struck that ball really well, just happened to be right at Manny, and kind of fortuitous there. Call it a break if you want, but I think when you're competing the right way, like Liam did tonight, he just seems to be inching along with his career, and congrats to Doe for going to the big leagues. But I think when Liam makes it, he's going to be in a different spot than he is right now, because he keeps seeming to inch along on just a little better at resetting, a little better at handling this, a little bit better with off speed. There just seems to be a fun process to watch of inching along, getting better in a bunch of different areas.
Is that the first time he's had that blister issue, or is it a concern that could linger?
That was the first time, because like I said, I was freaking out. Very poor composure. I didn't know what was going on at first, and then Frank just calmly went out there, and we didn't get charged to visit because it was kind of a health checkup, and there wasn't really anything you could do for it. It was just causing a little bit of a distraction, if you will, more than anything.
How tough is it sometimes for guys who get as many strikeouts as he does to keep the pitch count down?
I think it's a little tougher for the defense. When Mark Burley's pitching, the defense knows I got to be ready today, and it's going to be quick, and there's going to be all this action. And that was his reputation in the big leagues, according to JP, Aaron Sebia, who played with him. And then with Liam, he can lull you to sleep a little bit on defense. And we need to play better defense behind Liam because no one's fighting more out there than him. But mistakes will happen. And then as it relates to, Liam's deal, if you are a guy who tends to be higher on the strikeout total, it's not going to happen. But I do know in his case, the more you're salivating or hunting strikeouts all the time, you maybe are adding a couple more pitches than you need to, if that makes sense.
What you see from Fisher on his two home runs, I don't know if you remember, but on the first one you gave him some head nods and gave him a thumbs up. What was going through your head there? Yeah,
just though, like where he was as far as how he was seeing it, and we've all seen it before. He's a man's man. He's a wrestler. He wants to hit the ball 500 feet. He's always go, and you see that in the box sometimes not serve him very well. And he knows that. He'll laugh about it, and he can make adjustments from pitch to pitch. But Prager's the guy who, no pun intended actually, preys on that a little bit, and a lot of change-ups, a lot of breaking balls, get you off balance. And so for him to be calm and smooth in his swing against a pitcher like Prager was impressive to start with, and then how he struck the ball was more impressive.
You mentioned the asterisks to the run rule, but is it one that to the no-hitter, but is it one that you could enjoy because of a run rule?
Yeah, I think in time, or for the kids that were involved tonight, but Deloy's got to bounce right back and throw tomorrow, probably within reason. He's been a guy that's been on the mound almost every game for us, but within reason, it's probably one of the two games tomorrow. But when you're talking about playing 3 games in a, oh my, bad math, 60, let's call it, hour time frame, you kind of just got to kind of keep your head down and keep plugging along. And again, sometimes the scoreboard will lie to you, and sometimes it'll reward you. So I think if our guys come out with the same kind of good little vibe there in pregame, come out with that tomorrow, it'll lend itself to a good start to the first game. And you never know, that lightning and all that stuff might move up even quicker, so there may not be a third game. So we'll worry about game 2, and it does make it a little harder to enjoy or worry about what went on tonight or earlier in the week.
Do you anticipate Keelan being available for the All, and kind of how's his recovery going?
Yeah, more pinch hit status. I mean, today it just didn't. I mean, obviously you're looking at who they got in the bullpen and a right-left matchup, so it's more of a pinch hit status. And it was a really good matchup for him at South Carolina, but because Fish hit a homer, the RBI situation went away, and we're kind of left with in limbo a little bit. So it was good to get him a look, because the first one, is the first one. But it's a rare situation that it would make sense to do that pinch hit wise.
What do you like about Roy's inning?
Efficient, and sometimes you get in that situation and you can overcomplicate it, but he looked like himself. And I think in there was a speed bump. I forget which outing it was. He just didn't look himself. But if you sandwich what took place before and then the last few outings, he's consistent and reliable, and doesn't guarantee a success every time, but at least you know what you're getting out of the guy.
What did Hunter say to you after he hit his home run?
He was being arrogant, which is rare, but it was a whisper. It's not like he said it to the whole world, but it was a goofy. It was just a joke, and I don't even remember the exact words. Right, there was no foul language in there, so I'd share it with you if I can remember. But it was definitely worth a chuckle. So he's a good example of he's very intense, like Luke Lipsius was, but also he's still a kid. He's an older kid, but he's having fun out there. He's just playing ball, and I think he realizes he should relish, the time he has doing this.
You referenced Dolander, what it means to him get that call up today?
Well, it means you've got a pretty easy choice what big league game you want to go to if you're going to go to one as a Vol, with 3 guys in one spot in the history of Todd Helton, and then if you get lucky, maybe you run into the Mannings over there. So it's definitely progress being made for the program to keep tallying up bodies that are fun for the fans and for us to watch, and great for our kids to look up to and ask questions. This group asks really good questions, even like Gavin, an older guy. Well, what was this guy like, or what was that guy like, or what worked or what didn't? So when you have positive examples that are out there for everybody to see, because it's national news, national television, it can only be a positive for the program.
What does it say about y'all's development on the pitching side that you've got a couple of big leaguers now?
Yeah, I just think we're blessed to have the best guy in the country, which, again, we're in the middle of 3 games in 60 hours, if I did that math. So, but I think I don't think that's an opinion anymore. I don't think it was to begin with. So the guy's pretty good at what he does. I think it's comical that people try and overanalyze it or poke holes in it. Everybody does it differently. I played summer ball basically with JK, their guy. I love their guy. He's a great dude, and he's really good at what he does. So, but over the amount of time he's done it and how well he's done it, we're blessed to have Frank here. And then Frank would be the first guy to tell you, and he wouldn't do it just being a good teammate. It takes an army around here, and when you're getting the nutrition stuff, and Woody's had all the experience he's had in the training room, and of course Q and other people, and the catching's been so good with E helping those guys, and Frank's all over their butt too. It's kind of a community that's helping develop the guys. It's not Frank getting in here and inventing some new pitch or anything like that with the guys. I'm not going to say that. You know what I want to say. We're in cages. So, yeah, we got technology we can use if we need to.